Hey folks, welcome to episode 44 of this Let's Play series of Shadow Empire. We are on round number 98, so coming up to the big 100. Alright, logistics is looking good. We don't have any obvious bottlenecks from what I could see. Let's zoom out and we can have a quick look. There is one here. So that will be stopping stuff getting through to our front line. Now, not a big problem, this is something we can fix. Let me just see what we're building here. University and bureaucratic offices. Okay, that's probably why, because we're taking extra stuff in there. We just finished the solar panels. Let's not build anything here for a while and just get that working. And then I'm going to upgrade the nearest truck station, which is probably going to be in what's this one called again? Picabo. So I think I'm going to get the either a rail station or a truck station. Maybe the truck station. I think I pretty much got enough rail points to get us, to this end of the Empire. Now, I have now got to the position where, if I didn't have that bottleneck, I would be able to actually transfer supplies from SHQ. In fact, we can do that now. Look, so we could actually send a bunch of stuff to the second SHQ and actually set it up now so that we could transfer Meta Mountain over into the second SHQ, because as you can see, we are producing a surplus of pretty much everything as far as I can tell. So, yeah, we could actually do that in Meta Mountain. And then from there on, I guess the plan would be to have Meta Mountain up to this area, like this kind of part of the war, all running from the second SHQ. Which means, I think initially I'd probably just start the second SHQ in a couple of these zones here, and then expand it out. And eventually, kind of gradually send more stuff over to the second SHQ. Now, these cities aren't the best producing cities, in all honesty. Limac and Meta Mountain are pretty good, but the rest aren't. Now, the other option I've got is to move the second SHQ over to Minos, which is also a pretty decent sized town. And let me just show you. And then we could actually have Minos, once it's become a little bit more self-sufficient, I'd have to build some industry here, and then once that's a bit more self-sufficient, we could actually have that as the SHQ here, and then just have that operating, on that one front. But I don't think we don't have any wars looming imminently with Gigoix packs. They are cold with us at the moment, but we've been gradually pushing their relationship up. While we're just talking about strategic overviews, we've still got a couple of encirclements going on, although they look like they've broken out of this one here. I forget if I'd actually fully encircled them, but we'll have a look at the history in a moment. We've got an encirclement down here. We just need to starve these guys out. They're going to be running out of supplies. No, we haven't got any recon here. I did start building an airbase. Where was it? Oh no, I was actually building it in Minos, but I think as soon as I got the opportunity, once logistics are looking a little bit better here, look, they're actually looking quite good now. We are getting logistics down here. The problem is now is that we're not getting logistics down to our troops, and I think you'll find that we're going to start starving. So especially down here. Have a look on what we've. Yeah, we are actually. They were getting some supplies. Now, yeah, these guys they were a little bit short on. Just a little bit short on food, so that's a pickup issue. Low logistical points. Now these guys, they didn't get any fuel or food, so yeah, this is part of the problem here. We've got to be careful of logistics in this area. It's actually gonna stop my assault, and I'm going deep into desert here, which is a real shame because it's going to allow Gigoix Republic to recover from this initial thrust that I've made on them. So yeah, I've got to be a bit careful. I've got to also be careful not to get too many troops down here, because the more troops you got to get down here, the more logistics you need, right? This is probably a little bit overkill. Saying that, I don't know. I mean, they've got a fair amount of tanks, but we do need to. I can't just roll across the map. This is not like a standard 4X game where you can mostly just, you can map paint and just go, okay, I'm going to take that next turn I take that, next turn I take that. It doesn't work like that. As you know, I'm sure anybody who's watched this far will understand how the logistics work in this game, but we've not really had a thorough demonstration of just how crippling it can be to an offensive thrust, so that is something to bear in mind. Okay, what I'm going to do now is show what happened in the history. And I'll let it run through just so that you can see everything. And then I will... any interesting battles... Yeah, we see just reorganizing around here. I don't know if the encirclement that we got on them is a significant encirclement, to be honest. But it's a decent amount of troops. And killing anything is going to be good for our war. So we just need to make sure that... We need to make... Oh, okay, so these aliens are attacking us. I actually went to war with these aliens here. So there's nothing really massively exciting to look at there. What was I saying? So I just need to make sure that any warfare that's going on here is effective, right? Scroll right over to this battle. Okay, so this war in this part of the... against Gigoix Republic... Everything that we've got to do has got to be effective, and killing units is going to be effective, but it's not effective if my men are either starving or I'm losing loads of people every single time. Now, I'd like some more artillery, because I really rate artillery in this game, and I like them in offensive operations as well. Not just that, they're just kind of fun to use as well. You know, there are other things that you can do, but when you've got, look, tanks are not going to work here in this desert, so we're going to have some other way of softening up these troops without... really, you know, without affecting our own guys. Now look, these guys have only got carbines. Now carbines are really not going to do much to our combat armor. I think it's unlikely we're going to take a lot of casualties. However, I don't want to risk it too much. The tanks aren't going to be much good in this ground. So other than this tank brigade I'm bringing, I've just bought armored brigade I'm bringing in. I don't think I need any more tanks here, at least for the time being. Not until I can get them round into into territory where we can actually use them effectively. So it might be worth getting some artillery down. The only problem with artillery is it really eats up ammunition, and I think I'd actually be wise to design an artillery piece that isn't going to use tons of ammunition. So if we have a look, the loader is a 60mm howitzer gun. That is going to be absolutely fine against enemy combat armor. It's not going to be brilliant, but it's going to be pretty good. I'm actually just going to pause the game quickly and just have a look at what the combat armor rated as. I think it might be 30mm or 40, but I'm just going to check the instructions. Okay, yeah, so combat armor is actually 40mm and small arms fire is 20, and the formula is you divide the weapons millimeter caliber by the millimeter of thickness of the armor. So 20 divided by 40 is 0.5. So yeah, it's going to be 50% basically. It's going to be 50% to... It's going to be 50% as effective. So they're not actually going to be that effective against us. That we are less likely to get damage. Although the carbines actually, it affects their soft attack. Look, excuse me. Yeah, it affects their soft attack. They've got much less. They've got like a third less soft attack than us. But effectively, for armor penetration, our weapons are considered to be the same. Gauss weapons, I think, is the same. I think it's not until we get to laser weapons that we see an increase in armor penetration on small arms fire. I might be wrong there, but again, I need to check that. Okay, so that was just a bit of an overview. Let's go and have a look at the vidcon. We discovered metal in Betafer. Excellent. We lost a metal mining facility. We need to sort that out. Decade of corruption is well underway. A new development of model complete. Soldiers 5. This is the guys with the Gauss weapons now. We got mining robotization, and that's something we discovered. We've completed research into RPG. We're going to start getting through some of these early techs quite quick now. We've got a fate stratagem pack awarded because we're now up to civilization level 8, sorry, and we've received some of the usual cards. There we go. Now let's have a look what we got. I think best go through the decisions first. There's absolutely loads of them again. First off, let's get that leader, Ingmar Flowson, into Skull Tower. So there we go. That's that done. National decisions, set national budget. Right. What do we need doing now, really? I mean, I'm really struggling because I don't have a decent enough guy in the secret council, the Secret Service Council. That's the only issue that I really feel is a big problem at the moment. Everything else is ticking over okay. We've got a really great guy in Foreign Affairs. We've got a decent guy now in the Interior Council. I think... Let's have a look at what our research is looking like. We really need to kind of catch up on some of these things we've missed. There's a few bits and pieces that I would like. I'd like to get helicopters, because I really do want to use some aircraft in this game. It's not really been necessary yet, but I'm pretty sure when we come up against a significantly strong neighbour, major neighbour, we're going to need it. Industrial robotization, we definitely need to get this. Like, I really want that. So that's going to, I mean, I haven't got a huge amount of industry actually, but I am going to start increasing that. Now, metal's got to come first by the looks of it. So I'm just going to leave this for the time being. I don't think there's a huge amount I can do there. We can take on board another advisor, and we've got this guy. I just don't really want a Cap 1 person in as an advisor, actually. But I think I can do better than that. Let's see if we've got any points left over at the end of all this. Air Force Research Council priorities. Right. Again, have we discovered everything that we can discover? I think we have. So let's just get the research priority right up here.
Roger that.
Military Research Council objective. We just got RPG. Shall we get... I mean, rocketry will be useful. Heavy combat armor is going to be dead useful. I think I'll go for quad machine gun. Let's just get this one and cluster bombs out of the way. In fact, cluster bombs might be quite useful because we're using quite a lot of tanks with howitzers. Yeah, let's go for cluster bombs. I think I need that more than I need defensive firepower. Here, don't see any need for heavy tanks yet. However, opening that might open up a new model. What would they get? Yeah, tank destroyer, monitor tank, and Walker. Walker, yeah, let's go for heavy tank because I don't need anything else. I mean, I'd like to get some more aircraft. We're not really using them at the moment, so let's go for heavy tank. We'll get a heavy tank model out. You can get some really powerful stuff on here. Now I've got polymer armor too, so now suddenly heavy tanks are becoming a lot more viable. They're going to be expensive to make, especially in terms of metals, but let's see what we can get. So we could get something that's actually quite untouchable. I probably want to put the highest velocity gun on it I can. This is going to be 350 weight. Yep, let's go for that. And then now polymer armor is a lot better than steel armor, right? So look, 50mm polymer armor is the same as 100mm steel plating. It just costs rare metals instead of normal metal. So we got 350 on that one. So let's get... we probably want it pretty strong. So 350... that'd be 800. That would be a pretty solid tank. 150mm polymer armor. It's really quite expensive though. Now we could get 140mm, 1400, sorry, which is kind of somewhere between 150mm and 200mm steel plating, and that's only going to cost 27. That's quite a significant drop. I don't think there's much that's going to be hitting at this level at 140mm. Bear with me a sec. I'm just going to actually have a quick look at... I just want to have a quick look at the way that polymer armor affects things when it comes to armor strength. I mean, I don't know if it's just the millimeters is just the same as it was before. Okay, I'm not really sure about this one. I think we just need to take the millimeter of the plating at face value, because I think that the armor strength goes into the model design characteristics. So that will determine the hard and soft attack ratio, but I'm not sure, and I think I'm just gonna, until I know better, I'm going to assume that 100mm is 100mm when it comes to armor penetration. So there is an interesting, if that is the case, there is an interesting trade-off really, because considering you're going to be spending rare metals and industrial points at a higher rate in order to create this, and and yet you're not getting any better kind of millimeter protection. However, it's a significantly bigger armor strength. let's go with 100 mil. That seems like a decent amount for a heavy tank, because that's... Yeah, maybe actually 150, because we can go up to right up to 300 mil, look. But we don't need anything that crazy on it. We are, at least not initially. So maybe I'll go for the 150 mil. Just get a really strong one. And I'm just going to remind myself what those weights were. So we've got 350. 350, and then that's 800. And then, yeah, we're going to need a triple diesel engine unless it's going to be... I mean, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be using more fuel, and it's going to be overpowered. The alternative is we just go with a double diesel engine, and just bearing in mind that we're going to be underpowered because this weighs 100 as well. That's another thing we could do, and I'm not going to have a lot of these. That would make them cheaper and slightly... I mean, actually, I don't know if we'd save fuel. We might actually use more fuel up because it's underpowered. Yeah, maybe I'll go with the triple diesel. Okay. Petition in Salzburg. Interesting. We're not going to make this, probably. So, that's going to increase... It's this petition thing. I don't think this guy's very good at intimidation. No. That's probably going to cause problems. Let's just go with let them petition me, and we just increase the unrest. Our worker in Ergflats are harassed. Again, we're not likely to get this meritocracy role. Let's just send in the troops. Oh, we failed. Obviously didn't have enough troops in there. Okay. Never mind. Worker strike in... Yeah, here, these I'm just going to give in to the demands. We're just going to give them a load of credits. Okay, walkout adjutor in Peter. This is... I don't know if this is the same one that keeps happening. That's also probably not going to happen. It's a lot of money. I'm sure Apex demands release of spy. Or we'll just release and increase them. Yes, sir. Okay. We could take it now. And okay, so we've got the 3rd Machine Gun Infantry Corps is now without a leader. That's right, because we moved them over to the Armoured Brigade, didn't I? Let's get a military leader here. Roger that. Eugene Deep Night. Capacity 1. She's better. Oh, this might have been the one that we just got. She's got tank tactics. Leadership's okay. Not bad, actually. Doesn't like enforcement. Really high ambition, though. Roger that. See what else I can get. Camden Quint Dark. Commander rating 27, war 27, so he's not quite as good in the war aspect. Got high command and leadership, defensive tactics. This guy might be better. Let's get him in. I think. Okay, and then we've got the possibility for another advisor. She'd be better as an advisor, actually. She might actually be a decent war advisor, so let's get her, and then let's immediately... Let's get her attached to... Which one? Oh god, look at this guy. We need to get this guy out of here, although he is actually starting to get some... He's got some decent skills now. But we probably need someone better in here. I could swap them. Alternatively, I could get her to advise him. Zero Sanders. Where is Zero? Oh god, I wish this needs organising. Vic. Where is he? I'm just gonna have to look for him, aren't I? Zero Sanders, Zero Sanders, commander of the... I can't see him. There we go, this one. Yeah, that is another part of this interface that needs fixing. This is okay, because it's all, like, you can actually see them here, look, you know where to look for them, but that big long list, Please, Vic, can you make sure that that's organised in some way? Because that's just bad. Especially when you've got a lot of leaders. I don't know why I'm talking to Vicky. I don't think he watches my videos. Maybe I'll email him about it. And, you know, I'd do it in a more polite way than that as well, because Vic's really nice. But, you know, I mean, these developers, they don't... Not everybody always takes the time to mention these things. So sometimes they don't know, you know, and... I think it always helps them, providing you're polite and you're not being an idiot about it. Okay, we've done all those decisions anyway. Okay, let's start moving stuff. Let's get this armor brigade down. How did we get all of... No, there's some here. So I want to... Let's strap move these guys if we can. Okay, there's one. And we can't get any more. So the rest of them are just going to have to be moved individually. Now we've got these... I brought these dragons, and I don't think I need them on down this way. So what I might do is I might actually bring them down here. I might start bringing them this way just as a rapid reaction force. Right, because while I just paused the video, I sneakily snuck off to get myself a cup of tea as well while I was looking at the manual. And I was thinking, and I was like, I kind of need to think about what would happen if I suddenly got invaded. Now... It does happen occasionally in Shadow Empire that they suddenly turn on you, and you know your neighbours turn on you. And I was like, what would I do if, let's say Vertillo suddenly attacked me with all these tanks? Well, they're going to get up. They're going to get up and hit my supply lines pretty fast. I don't have much here, so I don't know how effective this is going to be with regards to the game overall. You know, but it might be interesting and fun to come up with some, you know, to try to design some defenses just in case one of these neighbors attacks me, you know, and have something in the back, because it's not like I'm not struggling for food. I'm not struggling for anything really. We're starting to struggle a little bit for fuel. That's kind of interesting. That's probably because we're moving all these tanks around. So I need to start reactivating some of these assets, I think, and probably buying up the commercial assets, because there is a lot of fuel here, but I'm going to be getting through it quite quick. So yeah, I'm just thinking that it might be fun to kind of start thinking about how to go about defense, you know, because defense is going to be a thing at some point soon. Okay, let's get these tanks down here. Okay, they can't move. Let's just move them normally. Get them down there. It's a shame to have to break them up, but I'd like to get this armor brigade down here. I want to get them some action. It's just getting... we're going to have to get into an area where they're going to be effective, because they're no good in the desert. Okay. Those guys are happy there. Those guys are happy there. Now this is okay. Look, we've got 2 cores, and they're only at half strength, but you know they're going to be pretty effective. They're going to be pretty effective as a roadblock, no matter what comes at me, unless they come at me with some incredible technology that I don't have. You know, they should at least be able to stop something, bearing in mind that I'd very quickly have to, you know, get some more, because really these 2 cores, they can be outflanked, right? So you'd probably want brigades just to plug any gaps. Let's get this part of the battle done. Let's see if we can attack into these mountains. Come on, you can do it. Okay, I think we got it. We got it. I just wanted to clear those guys out. So... And then we can start moving the second down here. Now, Erg Flats... I think those are the ones that just got the danger look from the unrest. I probably need to raise some more formations here. I can't do it here. Actually, hold on. Let's go for an independent... Yeah, let's get an independent battalion up there. Just a machine gun battalion. I need some more troops there, because I can't have that happen again. Okay, now these guys are going to be starting to starve. I can't really go much further into their territory, but I would like to try and take Large Archive if I can. The only thing about taking Large Archive is there's going to be more food, more logistics, you know, kind of just more trouble overall. Now that doesn't need to be going up that direction, does it? Let's cut that off here. That's better. That only needs 50, so there's no need for us to be sending so many down there. Yeah, I don't know how that's going to be working. drop it to 80 because I don't think I'm getting an accurate reading there. It's saying 50, but now I don't know if I want to be sending trucks up this way or whether I want to be sending them back down. So I might just block some of this like this. Let's just have a look at how... Do we have bottlenecks? Yeah, we do, actually. That's probably a bad idea, then. Let's just drop that. I just need more trucks. That's the only way I'm going to get around this particular issue, I think. With that in mind, I've got to think about how I'm actually going to be able to feed my troops going down this way. Ah, no, there's quite a lot of... Yeah, we can do this, look. So... It's saying it's cheaper to go that way, but I'd actually rather just go straight down here, I think. And let's get a traffic light and just block anything going that way there. So, excuse me, it's had a very itchy eye. That should be better. Maybe I won't block everything going that way. Maybe I'll just block some of it, just so we can get some more out to this. Yeah, this is messy. I need to have a think about how to fix this. But yeah, it's kind of, at least that's definitely gonna get more supplies down to our troops. At least around here, we should be able to supply everybody, I think. So okay, I want to keep the 8th together. The 8th Siege Infantry Army are going to be decent for taking this city. I want to take this city if I can. Now, look at this. They've kind of left it undefended. I wonder why they've done that. 100. Yeah, we got some recon points in. Let's try and get the siege infantry in first.
Going in.
Oh, generals died. Disaster. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, guys. No, it's not happening. Oh, it's... Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. We managed it. Okay, so we lost our general. So the general sacrificed himself pretty much in order to get in there. Now, let's get a political truck in here. I don't think we can. It doesn't look like we've got any. Got more of these sandline ranges. They're great, but I just I've already used them on. Yeah, I use them on here. Look, those guys will be pretty effective when they do come to attack. Now, I want to cut these off as much as I can. So the plan, I think, was to get the men of the 10th in a holding position here, which would free up the some of the other units. So let's try and do that. Let's get those down there. I don't think they're going to be able to attack their way out, even just with one brigade, actually. So this should free up some more of our troops to get around this end. So we've got the 10th and the 11th going to be in holding pattern around here, which means we can probably move the... I mean, I could attack with these, but I think I'd rather just starve them out. Why waste troops in attacking when I can starve them? I think is probably my thoughts now. There we go. Let's get these machine gunners in to defend this zone, just in case they try and break out there. Now, where can we use these tanks? These tanks might be okay in defense in these ruins, so we'll pop those in there for the time being. Assault guns are also pretty good in defense. But these are the part of the 11th, so try and get these recon troops down. I think I might just move them down here. Oh, we got loads of recon. I mean, we could probably attack these now, actually. Oh, what? I did not mean to do that at all.
Requesting backup.
Oh, damn it. That was a misclick. Sorry about that, guys. So, well, at least we we got to see what their defenses were like. Whoops. Yeah, just be careful. I've got quite a sensitive mouse. That's the problem there. Sometimes I had this problem when I was playing Caster of Magic earlier today as well. Okay, let's get these guys in cutting off here. Yeah, so we've got the 10th on this side. Let's get these ones down around this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in total. So that leaves us 1 free that we can kind of move around. Get these guys down there. That's looking better. We can move these down. Okay. So let's move these guys up here. Motorized infantry. I do eventually want to move these guys, but I want the motorized infantry moving. So let's get them down here. I could always detach them if they're a little bit far. Yeah, they are out of their command range here. I think we can probably afford to get these HQs a little bit closer. Yeah, they're all within their command range now. So now these guys are in sand. I don't want to attack into a sand with tanks. Although with multiple tanks, it might be. No, it's not looking good, is it? Let's get these tanks to where they're going to be used. Okay, so we're still going with this encirclement. Apart from that ridiculous attack that I just made accidentally, these guys will eventually be running out of supplies. So I don't think we got to see. No, we can't see what their supply levels are. Oh, they're really out of supplies. Look, so like they've got 0 supplies received. They're still well dug in. It's going to take a few months for those guys to get to the point where we can easily defeat them, I think. So, okay, now I need to have a little bit look at the overall situation here. Get these tanks down. Yeah, I'll move those guys up. Again, we're sort of in what I call holding pattern, but what is really called an encirclement. I kind of want to get the. I don't think these guys are going to be good enough to break through the encirclement, but we're also not strong enough to attack them. I want to get these buggies some more supply, so let's just have a look where our supply. Yeah, look, these guys are out of supply. Look, and these are out of supply too. Do I break this encirclement quick? Is that what I need to do? No, it's not looking good. What about here? Can we fold them in on this end? 2 to 1 is... Yeah, we don't want to be adding any more of these auxiliaries. Let's keep them cut off and try to get our these troops that are in supply, that are out of supply, just get some supply. So I'm going to move these around here, so we've still got the recon points on them. Let's get these troops here. What about them? Yeah, these guys are also not receiving supply, so if I move them around there, that's looking good. And then probably just get some of these guys around in this direction, just so in case they do try and break out. If they do try and break out, they're probably not going to get through these lines here. They'll attack here, but they'll move into here, and I can then help. I think I'll move those up as just a reserve. This is the weak line here. Look, these guys, they're not very strong in defense at all. In fact, they're really, really weak. So that might be an opportunity for the enemy to be able to get in there. But I'm hoping they just sit there. They sometimes do. Sometimes the enemy will just sit there. Let's get these guys into supply here. I might just get those round. I'm hoping next turn. Yeah, we're not going to get much. No, we can't get much. We can't get much in the way of recon either. Let's get these guys. Let's get these tanks back up this way. I kind of want to get these guys back into supply. Now, do we need any supply down that way? I think not. So let's traffic light those off. Ah, that's the wrong way. Maybe traffic light it off that direction as well, for the most part. So that should be sending it down, hopefully down this way, mostly down this way. In fact, like that. Still not doing much. Yeah, I still don't understand how the pool system kind of does all this stuff. Like, that should be blocking pool system points as well, but I don't know if it is. It's a mystery. Let's get these guys in here.
Mission accomplished.
Most satisfying. Okay, right, these guys are finally finished, so we can get these militia units down here. Yeah, supply is really a problem in this war effort, and you know what? I love it. I love it so much. Like, I don't like easy games. I like games when they challenge me in this way, and this is challenging because, right, you know, every turn that I'm not pressing on the advantage that I've got, they are able to produce more troops, divert troops from other ends of the line. I've got no eyes on them because I've got such bad. I've got no hope of getting any spies in and keeping them in. I mean, I could try, but I just think it's just going to be a massive waste of political points to try and get any in. One spy is going to die immediately the next turn, so it's just not worth it. Yeah, 120. Look, failure. Yeah, it's a waste of time. I'm just throwing spy cards and political points away. So, yeah, what to do? Okay, well, we can get in that way. Really, I want to encircle more if I can. At the same time, destroying troops is also a good use of my, my time. Because the quicker I destroy troops, the more troops I destroy, the less happiness that the enemy are going to have in their towns. Affects their productivity, also all that kind of stuff. Let's get these guys in here. Now, what's going on with Gigoix Pax and Gigoix Republic? I wonder if they're trying to dogpile them. I have seen that happen before. Okay, we don't know who they're at war with. Gigoix Pax? Yeah, they are at war with Gigoix Republic. So actually, this should update actually to say, because we already know that Gigoix Republics are at war with Gigoix Pax. Now, just because we haven't got the eyes on them ourselves, we know because these guys are at war. So actually, look, these guys are going to be they're going to be pushing in this way, and they have been doing. Look, they're right on the edge of this large archive. I might have to fight these guys at some point. I might want to fight them. Is a better way of putting it. Yeah, I don't want to attack these yet. Can I get anything down here to? Yeah, let's get a tank. Let's get some tanks into these rocky plains here. I don't want to wait. I'm just gonna. I like encirclement. I don't want to just be throwing troops away. So let's just make use of the encirclements that we've got. Ah, this is so fun. Like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for. Like, I like every part of Shadow Empire pretty much. After a while, like, you know, chewing through endless alien forces, kind of. I mean, I always enjoy it because I just like crushing stuff. I like just beating things up. But this is where the meat of the game is now, trying to figure out how to win this war efficiently. So cool. Okay, what else have we got? Where else do we need our attention? Right, nothing over here needs our attention, apart from my thoughts on, you know, building up those defenses. Let's have a look here. Let's just keep these troops here, I think. Are these getting supply? No. So let's move them. Let's move these guys out into a place where they are actually getting supply. It doesn't hurt to have some militia just sitting around, though. Just in case. Right. Getting down here is going to be a bit of a problem. Although it looks like we've got plenty of supply. Oh, okay. We need to increase this road down here. Look what we found. We found some rare artifacts. This is going to be worth putting a zone up in. Definitely. And we've got oil as well. We have found the Q8 of the map. Oh, look at that road. Okay, we've finished those guys off. So let's start moving them back up. I'm going to bring the HQ down. They're going to be out of supply this turn. What about next turn? Still going to be out of supply. So I don't want them to be out of supply. Let's get this road down here. That looks like a good plan. Still out of supply. Let's get these trucks up. Sorry, these buggies up. I think that's it. I think we've fully expanded now. So now we've got some points here that we can use to move some artillery. Oh no, we're not on the truck. We're not actually on there yet. Okay, because we built the roads that turn. Next turn, I'll try and strategic move those artillery out, and we can probably bring them over to the main battle. Alternatively, I could bring them over here. Although I found that actually they weren't that effective, like when we were just trudging through this part of the map, because there was so much sand. But we'll see. Who do we want to attack with here? Let's have a look who's in the best shape. They're all doing pretty good. So let's get the 10th. Let's move in with the 10th from the back there.
All clear, sir.
Here's something I learned that I was reading in the manual. When you're attacking from multiple directions, right, you get combat bonuses. So if you're attacking opposite, you get a decent combat bonus. If you've got like attacking from 3 different points, you get a combat bonus. You get an even bigger combat bonus if you're attacking from all 6 positions at once. But if certain of your units get beaten halfway through the combat, then they obviously lose that combat bonus. So if you've got like an encirclement with a load of, and it looks like you've got like decent combat odds, but you've got like some units that are likely to break, you might suddenly find that encircling attack isn't actually as strong as you thought. So yeah, that's something to think about. Okay, we've got to be a little bit careful about the supply lines here. Oh, we've got loads going this way. This isn't a problem. And we probably want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get a supply base here as well. Just in case we do have... I don't think we're going to need it, actually. We're probably not going to go that far. I'll leave it. Preview points. There we go. Okay. Who have we got the most recon on? Those are both kind of limited. Get these guys down here. Let's attack him with these. I was looking at my Galactic Republic era cataphracts actually, and I was really pleased to see that they've got some really hefty veterancy on them now because they've just been used so much. Really great to see. I'm going to move those up there, and I'm going to move these guys in here. See if we can get an encirclement somehow. Perhaps with these cataphracts next turn. Yep, this little invasion of this territory is looking okay. Now, I think that's all the warfare done for the turn. Turn off that overlay. So, got a brigade up that way. I think I'm going to pause again, and then I'm going to have a look at some of the building that we can do, because we have got a decent amount of industrial points, and at least on this side of the bottleneck, I'd like to get. I think it's time to get some more industry and metal building, because we actually lost this metal mine now. Let's just close that road off. In fact, I might actually just get rid of it completely. There we go. Let's get rid of that completely. Yeah, I do need to start thinking about metal. Metal is the issue. And I think one way to get around this now would be to go for these demetallization places. Because actually these are going to start making way more metal. Like they're expensive to run, as it says in the description. They are expensive to run, but they give us rares, normal metals, and radiation as well, radioactives. So we've kind of got to that point of the game now where it might be better to start running these things. Like, there's part of me that thinks it would be nice if we could turn the... Okay, so this is kind of like one of these... This is one of the resource buildings that essentially just gives you infinite resources, right? You know, and you need the infrastructures to be able to support them. But they are infinite resources. As far as I can tell, they're infinite. And I'd like to be able to turn those off. Because one of the things I like about Shadow Empire... I'm not saying that I would do it very often, but it would be nice to have the option on certain planets, because I think that the whole idea of fighting over dwindling resources is really interesting, and I think that the infinite resource buildings kind of remove that option, you know. But I don't know. I've not really thought it through. I was just thinking that it might be, you know, it might be cool to have an option to turn off those, you know, the infinite resource production buildings. Obviously, there's going to be real balance issues with that, and certain planets are probably going to be completely unplayable, and you might not know until halfway through the game. So that's probably why it's not an option. But you know, I don't know. It might be fun. Okay, right. I'm going to pause here, and then I'm going to go through and just figure out what we can build. All right, guys. I built quite a lot, and I think I built. Basically, I went for some universities, so more stuff like that. I built a few more truck stations. I upgraded some truck stations, some bureaucratic officers. I've just tried to give a bit of attention to some of these smaller places, building things like hospitals. Hamburg, I think I got another truck station. That's right. Iceron bureaucratic officers too. I built quite a lot of stuff. I've got to be a bit careful because I do have excessive things, but I can't really build too much stuff actually. Now I do want to start thinking about. Oh, I actually got some recon planes here. But I'm actually going to try and get some more. Oh, no, I can't get any more now. But yeah, I actually built some recon planes, and we can actually start using these. These have got 12 range, I think. Let me just go to that. Remind myself. Oh no, they're six hexes, but they're going to be useful just in case there's a war. I want to start getting some Air Force stuff up, as I said. Okay, that's going to be the end of the episode, guys. I don't think there's really much more I can do. I can go and play a few stratagem cards probably in some of these smaller zones. Let's have a look, see what we've got. There might be something obvious that we can do that might be worth showing. So there's a private hospital that we could put up, which would give us meritocracy, which might be decent. Yeah, let's do that. So that will just raise some of these other points. They're going to get knocked down straight away. Wow, the game is lagging out really so much at the moment. Have we got any more meritocracy? Yeah, there's a private lab here as well, so we could probably put a lab up somewhere like... I don't know, it doesn't really matter where it goes, to be honest. Probably wants to be in one of these zones one of these newer zones. Something like this. Okay, so that's just going to, you know, raise some of these statistics up a little bit. I don't want to do too much. Private investment's worth it, but it's expensive. Zoo project's always good. This is a nice little card. So I might just put a few zoo projects just across some of the newer zones, just so that they get... Oh, we just upgraded that one. Just so that we can kind of get a few more quality of life points out of them. Commercial projects always worth it as well. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that, so I've got a few left over for next turn. And yeah, that's going to be the end of round 98. Hope you enjoyed the series, guys. Hang on for round 100. It's going to be a landmark. And I'm hoping by then I'm going to start getting some more... Gannet. This is something I'd forgotten about. Okay, so we have got a truck station up here. But we probably want to get another one. Also needs... Can we colonize that? Yeah, let's send some workers in there. Understood. Well, we can only send 100. But yeah, this logistics line now is what we've got to sort out. It might actually be worth getting rail lines down here. I won't do it this turn because we're building a lot of stuff. But okay, guys, I'll catch you in the next episode anyway. See you later.